What's up, guys? So I'm trying to make this video, or I've been trying to make this video for like 3 days now. I finally got a chest rig in for my phone so I can record from like my chest point of view on how I'm fishing, what I'm fishing with, what I'm fishing, like the type of coverage and the type of water that I'm fishing. And I finally worked up the nerve to turn the camera on and do it. I'm a very shy person, so it takes a lot to to press record and look at the green light. But this afternoon, I've been feeling a little froggy today, so I've been fishing off and on all day with a frog. I'm gonna give it another go around this afternoon. May tie on a buzzbait. I may start with the buzzbait and move back to the frog, but let's see how it goes. And then at the end of the video, I'll kind of give my honest opinion on both, like which one I like more, if I like the buzzbait or if I like the frog more. So stick around to the end of the video to kind of get like a good honest review about it. All right, so I'm starting out with the Googan topwater popping frog. I filmed a little bit with this earlier today, but I wasn't super satisfied. I've been fishing these two falling down trees mostly, and I will sometimes, whenever I throw my frog, sometimes I just like start working it right away, and then sometimes I'll wait a bit, kind of like let it sit and see what's gonna happen. This is gonna be like a review of this and maybe a buzzbait, depending on, you know, how I feel like I'm doing with a frog. And then it's also a test video because I'm still getting used to the chest rig. So I'm getting used to wearing a chest rig, trying to figure out how to set the hook, how to all around fish with a chest rig on, because I do use, like I said, I do use my phone. So I don't want to go to set the hook and sucker punch my phone. My girlfriend will be highly upset with me, because that means a higher phone bill. I did fish this grass mat earlier. I don't think you can see the grass mat. I fished it earlier and was getting some bites off of it. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna get any now. Maybe give it another toss or two and then swap over to the buzzbait. It's gonna be a little quick, short video, sorta, just to kind of get a feel of things and see how I'm liking it. Most of the time, like in the afternoons, there's a decent amount of bass that come hang out right here. All right, let's tie the buzzbait on, see how that does. Like I said, we were using the Googan popping frog. Let's see. Y'all don't judge the messy car. Takes a lot to be a halfway decent fisherman. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tie on this Googan Buzzbait. It's white, it's a 1/2 ounce. I'm going with the white just because it is a little darker out here this afternoon. So I'm hoping that it will trigger more bites with it being a brighter color. And I am fishing it on 50-pound braid. I use heavier braid because I fish a grassier pond, so to me it just makes more sense. And Like I said, don't judge the messy car. I'm trying to, dang mosquito. There we go. And this braid is a little bit harder to cut through with these dull scissors. I'm not going to use a trailer. Oh, and also, get this. If you live in Georgia, get it. I have seen so many people online talking about mosquitoes and how bad they are right now in the South. And I agree. So just get some bug spray. But 1/2 ounce white colored buzzbait with a little bit of pink on the top. And you can't really tell, but a little bit of pink in the skirt as well. I have fished with one of these before, and it would always drift more in the like more left, and I didn't really understand that. Like, this one's not doing it quite as bad. It is a little bit, but not quite as bad. It would just like drift really bad to the left the whole time you're reeling it in. It's just like steady. Yeah, it's kind of doing it now. I don't really know if you can see it or not, but it's just steady drifting to the left. And that is so annoying because, like I said, I fish a grassier pond, so if I'm trying to go between 2 grass mats, it's nearly impossible to do. Yeah, it's doing it really bad now. Just kind of drifting to the left there. I got my rod tip like hard right to it. And I don't fish a trailer on buzzbaits. There's nothing wrong with it if you do it. I just don't do it. I've seen people put like frogs on them, other like crawls, and I have cut a crawl before and put it on it, but I just don't do it. I would kind of like to hope that I could get a bite with it. Topwater blow-ups are the absolute best. Like, there's nothing better, in my opinion, than a topwater blow-up. Nothing better. Oh, I landed that in the grass. Oh man, that's brutal. Hopefully I'll get lucky and won't have much on it. Yeah. That is the downside of fishing a grassier pond there, boys. I'm walking on this bank a little bit before I call it a night. Pardon the super bouncy chest rig. It's my phone being hooked up to it, I think, because I'm not gonna sink a bunch of money into a camera. Because like I said, I don't know how all this is gonna go, and I don't wanna Ooh. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that fish just tried to eat it. Come on. That was a nice one, it seemed. Maybe it'll do it again. Nope. Got some more grass on there though. That's cool. Swimming around this dock over here, see what I can get going. There's a bunch of grass. They did just cut this grass right here about a week ago. So that probably plays a little bit into it. But before they cut the grass, the floating grass through here was absolutely horrendous. The whole back end of this pond is nothing. I don't know if you can see the green line at the bottom of the trees. It is nothing but floating grass. Well, I had that one hit, so I was hoping I'd get another one. Oh no, right through the grass. Darn it. Oh no, it wasn't. Sweet. These fish are being weird. Like, I fished earlier in the day. I was getting some really decent amount of bites. And then that was before lunch. And then I came back a little bit after lunch. And I wasn't really getting any bites at all. And then tonight I've had the one. So these fish are being weird. The weather here in Georgia is super weird. So we shall continue to see. These Googan Buzzbaits, they do work really well. It's not a Googan Buzzbait, but I have one that's extremely identical to this without the holes in the blade, and I caught my personal best on it. So I kind of started swearing by the Buzzbaits. That fish turned over right in front of it. Too bad it's not gonna bite it. That's really depressing. Buzzbaits hold a very special place for me, just because of the personal best. 7-pounder on a buzzbait is just absolutely unbelievable. And it was out of this pond. It was in the location I was fishing a little bit earlier at the beginning of the pond, or at the beginning of the video. I just kept rolling the buzzbait underneath the tree, and it finally hammered it. In the earlier season of the year too, it wasn't anything super crazy or anything. It just, I seen it and wanted it, so I kept aggravating it until she bit it, and it paid off. And I will beat a bank to death with a buzzbait. Most people, they'll throw in one spot once, throw in another. I will repeatedly throw in the same area, because if that fish needs any persuasion to bite whatsoever, it's not going to get it if you just throw it once and then you just leave it. So I will aggravate it to death until it finally bites it. But it doesn't really look like I'm gonna have any luck with it tonight, boys. I was more so making this video just as a test run for the chest rig, kind of trying to get used to it. I wanted to make a video. I probably made 7 videos in the past 2 days trying to figure out what to talk about if I talk too much. I made a 30-minute long video yesterday of me just rambling. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing that. I don't have the best editing skills, so I don't want to make a super long video and me not be able to edit it, and then there we are, just stuck with a 45-minute video of me running my mouth, so, and not catching any fish. So I'm gonna dial it down a little bit and run my mouth for maybe 20. I really thought that something by this dock would eat it. A good thing that I like about these Googan Buzzbaits, they have the green rubber band. I don't know if you can see it or not. And what that does is keeps your line from like slipping down the buzzbait, like the little wire there. I have taken them off in the past, but I end up leaving them on. I had a Googan spinnerbait, and I took it off the spinnerbait, and it ended up causing me to lose the fish because my line, I could feel the line wasn't right on the spinnerbait whenever I threw it. It just felt really weird. Oh, I landed in that grass. And I ended up hooking a fish, and my line had wrapped around the wire, and it snapped the line. It got caught on the very end of the wire and snapped it. So I've started leaving them on there. Sometimes they can be aggravating and pop off, and they're just like rolling up and down your line. But in my opinion, that's a small price to pay for not absolutely chunking your line or chunking your bait, your lure halfway across the pond or lake, whatever you're fishing. I'll make my way back down here and call it a day, boys. Get some of this grass off this blade. But yeah, in the comments, if you watch this video, in the comments, leave me some suggestions on how to do things a little bit differently. Whether that be fishing tips or video tips, camera angle, audio, whatever it may be. All help is good help when you don't know what you're doing. So just leave me a little bit of feedback, preferably positive feedback. But if you see me struggling, just let me know what I can do to improve, and that would be greatly appreciated. Number one, if I could throw somewhere not slam packed full of grass, that would be the first best thing. One good thing about these Googan Buzzbaits is if you do decide that you want to run a trailer, it has double hook keepers. So it's got the big fat one right here, and it's got the smaller one right there. And I think that's a really good like design idea, just because so many different companies put hook keepers on, but they're no good. They don't hold your your soft plastics. You get one bite, you got to swap out your soft plastic. And I'm not one of those that like keep a ton of like buzzbait trailers or things that could be considered a buzzbait trailer. Oh, I landed in the grass, and I don't want to have to keep using, you know, since we're talking about Googan, you know, if I'm using a bandito bug, I don't want to have to keep swapping out and, you know, cutting up bandito bugs to, you know, kind of fit what I'm doing. That does get a little frustrating, but I think Googan may make a trailer for these. I could be really wrong. The skirt is really well made. It's a hand-tied skirt, so it's not flowing around and sliding around. It's a really good skirt. Holds on really well. The blade have these holes in them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has these holes in it. Like that creates that bubble effect in the water. So whenever you're reeling, it's constantly throwing bubbles, drawing them fish out, making that noise, drawing them fish out. And that, to me, is a really good idea, because I have seen some of these buzz baits not have anything like that, and they're no good. Like they're no good. So, you know, that's a plus. The one that I caught my PB on did not have that, and it worked really good. But I have seen them where they didn't have it, and they were really bad, because so many companies try to recreate such a classic lure, and they do it wrong. They try to, you know, I have one in my bag that has an extra piece of like plastic right here that taps. It's supposed to make a tapping sound, and it doesn't do it at all. What it does is it stops the blade from turning, so then you just got a giant, I think the skirt's black, you just got a giant black skirt slipping across the water, and nothing's going to bite that. They're just going to be afraid of it. It's going to scare them off. So, you know, but I think I'm going to end the video here, guys. I really appreciate all the support, all the views, all the likes, all the comments that I've gotten across all social media. Let me know in the comments anything I can do a little bit differently to kind of make this a little more pleasant for the viewer. If I talk too much, if I don't talk enough, if I need to do something differently fishing wise, so let me know. But I appreciate all the support, all the continued support, all the homies that have been super supportive over the past couple of months of me making these videos. And, you know, like I said, or maybe I didn't say it, I don't know. I'm gonna try to pump out at least 1 or 2 videos a week of me using a different lure. Tonight's video was solely about this and the popping frog, but I think I'm just going to turn it into a review of this, because this was really fun. Fishing with a buzzbait, I forgot how fun it really is. So I think I'm just going to turn it into a review of these, or this. I have 3 different colors. I have this, I have a black, and then I have like a bluegill color. But I'm going to turn this video specifically into reviewing this. I was fishing it on an Abu Garcia Max Z with 50-pound Berkeley braid on a laser HS Lew's rod. I love this rod. All Lew's rods, I have not found one yet that was not good. Now, they don't stand up against the door on a car. I'm 0-2 on car doors against rods. I broke a Lew's rod and a Googan rod. But the HS laser HS, whatever, it's a 610 medium fast action rod, and I really like it. I really love it. And then, you know, the reel, it's a 7:1 gear ratio, super fast. It gets those fish in. You can put big braid on it and it works just as good. And then obviously the product that we're reviewing tonight is the Googan Buzzbait. I don't remember the exact name for it, but let me know in the comments what you guys think of everything that I said in the video about the product, about the reel, the rod. Let me know what I can do to increase or improve the chest rig, and I appreciate all the support.